What is up, my friends? You are very welcome back to our match reaction after Liverpool have beaten Spurs by 4 goals to 2. It was an entertaining game nonetheless, but it would have been nicer if we could have not conceded those two. But all in all, much improved performance from Jurgen Klopp's boys, and we have 2 games left with Jurgen at the helm. Liverpool have wrapped up third place in the league thanks to results elsewhere today. But it was great to see the forwards unsung. It was great to see the performance much better. And I think we've a lot to be happy about in that one. Yes, of course, we'll talk about the fact that we conceded 2 sloppy late goals after the changes. But I think we've got to be pleased overall. We're going to be asking you guys for your votes for man of the match as well. The guys are going to put that link up or that poll up in the chat in a moment. Give me some of your suggestions who you'd like to see. Obviously, we're talking about Gakpo, Salah and Elliott. Probably Andy Robertson as well. I would say that's the 4. So Connor, Ben, if you're listening, Elliott, Gakpo, Salah and Robbo would be my suggestions for man of the match. Obviously, you guys will have the final say on it. Want to give a shout out to our sponsors as well. We wouldn't be here today without the amazing support of our friends at Manscaped. So don't forget, you can get yourself 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping, whether it's the all-new Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, the Beard Hedger Pro Kit, or whatever your heart desires. That code will get you that free shipping and, of course, a 20% discount. Right. So, overall, I'm really happy with that one. You know, the intensity was much better. We were getting into the challenges with a lot more intensity and we were far more creative. Amazingly, Spurs had more possession in that game as they did right the way through the first and second half, but we used the ball far better. 25 shots today, 13 on target against Spurs 11 shots, 6 on target. 46% possession to Liverpool, 54 for Spurs. The XG at the end of the game had Liverpool at 3.22, Spurs at 1.16. 420 passes for the Reds to 521 for Spurs. But overall, it was just better. Look, yes, we got sloppy at the end, and yes, the changes made by Jurgen Klopp didn't have a great impact on the game, but we were 4-0 up at that point, and overall, I'm happy. I'm happy. And I thought we put in some really, really good displays. Gakpo looked way more comfortable today when he was out on that left side. I thought Elliott looked brilliant. His goal, wow, amazing. Salah had a very good game as well. Cody Gakpo with a goal and an assist. And, of course, Andy Robertson getting on the score sheet as well. So there's lots to be happy about there today. And, again, we'll see Stefan Bajcetic come back to play his first game in the Premier League since March of 2023. So, again, some really good vibes today. And, most importantly, 3 points. Elliott top bin, said Dave Sharples. I'm happy, but of course Salah missed to make a 5-2. Oh man, look, it was a poor miss from Mo, but it was one of those that I think he was just caught in the moment, you know, and he tried to throw his right foot. He didn't make the connection. Look, it is what it is. All in all, though, I don't think I could be anything but happy today. That was a response to that. Yes, I wish we had have got a few weeks previously, but look, I'm happy with it, and I'll take it. Gakpo is a player. Nunes, he's intelligent, doesn't know how to use consistency, said Peter. Szoboszlai, the smallest time he was on was better. I thought Szoboszlai was a bit wasteful when he was on occasion. Craig, what's up with Darwin? He looks like he's just suffering a real crisis of confidence to me. Even when he came on, he looked like he was playing with his head down a little bit. And I hope that's something that Arne Slot can work with him on to change that mindset. But look, I don't want to concentrate on the negatives today. I want to concentrate on the positives. And I thought Harvey Elliott put in a masterclass of a performance. I thought Cody Gakpo looked way more comfortable than at home out there. And look, I'm happy. Yeah, look, we conceded sloppy goals, but I don't care. I'm happy because there's enough in that performance to show that, yeah, they're still playing. They're still fighting. And I'll take it. I'll take it. Right. The game was like one New Year's Day against Newcastle this season. It was a real end of season game, that one. Definitely. Sometimes this happens, right? You get mad scorelines at the end of the campaigns. In the game, just before we started today, I went with a 4-1 prediction. Of course, that didn't work out. And look, I know people are going to nitpick, and I know people are going to have their own criticisms, but I really just want to try and look at the positive sides today, which was 4 good goals scored. Elliott's, for me, the pick of the bunch as well, and I'm sure you probably agree with that one, but I'm happy. Lads, I'm happy. I genuinely am. One more game at Anfield for Jurgen Klopp. Obviously, we've a away game coming up Monday week against Aston Villa, but just one more Anfield appearance for Jurgen Klopp against Wolves, and what an emotional day that's going to be. Do I see Elliott staying at Liverpool? Yeah, I hope so. I don't see why not. I hope so. Let's have a look at the man of the match poll anyway so far. We've already had over 1,000 votes in it, and you guys have Harvey Elliott romping away in it, so we'll keep that open for a while. Nunes had 2 offsides, a handball and a missed chance. Yeah, I know, Ahmed. It was, it wasn't great, bro. But he just looks like he's no confidence at the minute, and that's all I can really say, mate. I don't really want to add any more to it because it wasn't great. I think we've got some people in from Lee Gunners chat as well. How are you all? Nice for you to drop in, and lovely to see you guys. Appreciate you all. I'm sick of you being positive. I don't know what to say. I can't win. Would I sell Nunes? No, I wouldn't. I'd keep him for another season, see if Arne Slot can turn around his form. I have to say, I'm loving Cody's recent performances. That XD looked like he's enjoying it so much. Also, great to see Klopp giving him more game time. Was I worried about Spurs' comeback? Not a 4-2. 4-3, I would have definitely got nervous. I'm not going to lie to you. I would have definitely got nervous at 4-3. I'm more annoyed that we didn't go and score a 5th to react to how Spurs came back in. It's a bit of a hobby that for Spurs, isn't it? Coming into games much later when the games were already away from them. And for us, I think the changes definitely benefited Spurs and put us backwards. Obviously, Bajcetic coming on after so long away was obviously going to take him and will take him time to get up to speed. Gravenberch looked a bit rusty as well, I thought, out there, but some good movement. You know, Darwin, what is it to say? And Joe Gomez actually thought did relatively well when he came on, made some good clearances. Who do you think will be Slot's first signing? Geertruida? At a guess. If Slot has the same first season as Ange, but with a Champions League finish, would you be happy? Well, it's hard to compare because he's going to be in the Champions League with Liverpool, so there'll be a European campaign there as well. So if we get out of the Champions League group and get towards the quarterfinals and finish in the Champions League places in the league, relatively okay season, that one. How was Salah today? I thought he looked much better. Honestly, I thought he looked not back to his brilliant best, but certainly way more involved in the action areas. Yeah, I thought Mo was good today. And good headed goal from him as well. Hit the bar with a cross earlier on in the game. And yeah, I thought there was really encouraging signs there from Mo today. From the front line though, I got to say I was most impressed with Gakpo. I thought he was brilliant. But my man of the match is probably the same as yours. I thought Elliott, masterclass. I wish that one had gone in for Trent as well. The one he tried from distance, that was unlucky. Right, also got to say, the Cardiff show tickets you can get with the link at the top of the chat right now as well. They went on sale last night. And if you want to come and see us in Cardiff, tickets are just £15 or a family ticket of 4 for 50 quid. Son Loki turned into prime Ronaldinho last 20 minutes. Great weather in Liverpool, said Alex. Yes, it's lovely to see the sun shining, and everybody looked like they were enjoying themselves today. Elliott 9.5 on Sofa score. Ooh. That's some deliciousness. Actually, we look at our friends at Sofa Scores ratings. I have them here. So they gave Alisson a 7.3, Trent 7.4, Kwanzaa 6.9, Virgil 7 even. Robbo got an 8, which is a pretty good score. Harvey Elliott 9.5. That's making me feel things. 9.5, I love that. Endo 6.9, Alexis McAllister got a 7. Mo Salah got a very respectable 8.2. Cody Gakpo 8.6. And Lucho got a score there of, what's Lucho? 7.2. So that's Sofa's score ratings. My own ratings, of course, will be coming up a little bit later on. Thoughts on Diaz today? He was okay. Not going to say that he was amazing, because he wasn't. He was the worst of the front three. What you take from that, I guess, is up to you, but I thought Gakpo, Salah, really good. Diaz, not as much. But not poor. I'm not going to say he was poor. What's your opinion on Son saying he regretted not joining Liverpool when Klopp asked him to? Look, I said this all the way through. Son at Liverpool would have been fantastic. There's a lot to like about Son. His attitude's brilliant, and I think he would have been great under Jurgen Klopp. So I don't blame him if he says that he regrets not signing, because I think he would have done really well under Jurgen. 7 by Cecic won 6 of his 8 attempted duels after coming on today. Also drew 2 fouls, completed 9 passes out of 11, and only Trent won more duels than him, and that's from Ben Sposak on X. So there you go. So somebody was saying by Cecic to a poor game when he came on. The stats show otherwise. Will you still sell Mo Salah? Would I? Yes. Look, I'm going to say the same thing. For me, the right business decision is to sell. But if Mo is, and like Virgil, if they're willing to take the same or less money to extend, I'm absolutely sound with that as well. If Mo wants to stay, Slot wants him to stay, and they can agree an extension, no issues with that. Have at it. But if they can't, I don't think we need to let this linger over the summer. You need to sort it out soon. Great result for the team, said Tom Uri. Great to see them performing again as they should. Been for the last few weeks. It's a shame it's come too late for the title. Only downside today was the subs were wrong. Yeah, the subs didn't work out well for us. That's a fair shout. But all in all, I thought we were brilliant. Again, another stat. After his goal and assist today, Harvey Elliott is now the joint most goal contributions from midfield for Liverpool this season, with 13 goal contributions in all. Is Son washed, in your opinion? No, not washed at all. Getting on in age. You know, like the Salah situation, Son's, you know, not getting any younger, but I wouldn't say he's washed, no. I think Son deserves the same type of respect. I think Son's been brilliant for Spurs. I think we need a long weekend to reset, said Troy. One decent game from Mo after months, and everybody wonders if he should be kept. Simple answer is no. Worth a lot of money, 1 year, and aging. Look, I'm just trying to be respectful about the situation. My own preference would be to sell. I've said that all the way through. I think it's always better to sell a player 1 year too early than a year too late. And if an offer was put on the table that he was willing to take and move, I think it would be prudent of us to take the money. But replacing him is going to be a problem as well. What a performance. Scoreline doesn't do it justice, said Yusuf. And do hit the like button, by the way, my friends, if you haven't done so. Really appreciate your support on this. I'm going to keep going to get through as many of your comments as I can. Who do you think starts up top next season under Slot? Look, I want Darwin to shine in pre-season and look like he's ready to go next season. But based off what we're seeing, again, assuming Salah stayed, I'd probably say Salah right, Jota centre, Gakpo left of what we have now. I'll be interested to see if we bring in another wide player or another attacker. But other than that, look, it's really difficult to know. Like, I don't know how to look ahead to next season when I don't have any idea who's staying, who's going, and what our transfer business will be like. Boys took their foot off the gas after the 4th goal. Without Salah, we're nothing. That is the biggest load of horse poo-poo I've ever read in my life. It is incredibly disrespectful to his teammates and the coaches, and it's also a load of pony. So without Salah, I think we proved when Salah was actually, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but when Salah was away at the AFCON, we were top of the league. So I don't understand these Salah FC lads. You either support Liverpool or you don't. We all have individual players we like, but it's a team sport. We win as a team, we lose as a team. Genuine question. Should we sell Kelleher? I believe the reason why he struggled in other competitions with Ali in goal and we looked so much better. You believe he's the reason we struggled in other competitions? I disagree with that massively. I think Caoimhín Kelleher did more than well when he came in to deputise for Alisson when he was injured. Do I think we should sell him? I think that decision will come down to Caoimhín Kelleher and what he wants to do with his career. I don't think the club will stand in his way if at 25 years of age he wants to go and become a first team player himself and a regular starter. I think we could understand that. Selfishly, I hope he stays because I don't think he'll get a better number 2. But again, I'm respectful of the situation and whatever it is that that Queeveen wants to do with his career. Yeah, I never slag anybody who wants to go and play football, be it a goalkeeper or an outfield player. You've got one career. If you don't think you're going to get regular game time and you want to move on to play like Nico Williams did, I have no problem with that at all. I can totally understand it. Do you think Kwanzaa can be a starter? Of course, and it looks like he's going to sign a new long-term deal, by the way. There's been a bit of chatter over the last day or so, and the newspapers were posting it as well. Let me see if I've still got that newspaper story here. I think I do. 1 second. Yeah. Sunday Mirror said, Liverpool defender Jarell Kwanzaa is in line for a lucrative new contract at the end of the season, and I think it's very much deserved. Kwanzaa's had a great campaign. Just got engaged to my boyfriend. Turned 22. Got to see Liverpool winning 2-2 today. Hope you're doing well, Craig. Well in, Jeremy. Fair play to you. Delighted for you, mate. And many happy returns to the happy couple. That's class. Well in. If you need anyone to officiate over the wedding, Jeremy, I'm here, bro. That's all I'm saying. But congratulations to you, man. That's brilliant. Delighted for you both. And I wish you many happy years together. Kelleher's brilliant, but we can't stop him if he wants to be a number 1 goalkeeper. I bet one of the relegation candidates next season go after him. Forest are already hovering around. I think they had a bid refused in the last window, if I remember correctly. Celtic were also interested in Kelleher as a Joe Hart replacement, but I don't think they would be able to pony up enough dough to make the deal worthwhile for Liverpool. Sir Vinigus, thank you for your super chat, mate. Said, really want Carvalho to succeed at Liverpool. He has so much potential from what we've seen, and he's got that winning mentality. He definitely has a load of potential. I just don't know who he gets in ahead of. But I'm intrigued to see if Arne Slot gives him pre-season, which I'm sure he will, and have a look at him. Bajcetic looked a little bit rusty. Awesome to have him back. Stats show something a bit different, to be fair. Stats show Bajcetic won 6 of his 8 duels and had 9 passes out of 11, had 2 recoveries. So yeah, stats show he did okay. And again, coming back from 14 months out, it's more about just getting minutes into his legs. DKH96 said, I wouldn't mind seeing Salah move to centre forward, but he doesn't have enough explosive pace for that. Right wing. Look, I have no issues with Salah going to the centre, but I don't know if it'll happen. I don't know. See, in the slot system, right, let's say we're attacking on the left-hand side. There's every opportunity that Salah, as the wide player in that 4-2-3-1 system, tucks inside to become a second number 10 with the fullback width coming up on the other side to create overloads. So I think under slot, Salah will certainly get closer to the action areas than he has at times this season. He did look a little bit rusty, but out for a long time. Wait, exactly, 14 months out. For me, this is just about getting minutes in his legs. I'm sure he needs minutes in both legs, actually. Now that I think about that, now that I've reflected. Darwin should go into modelling. Look, I think in his little cameo spell, we've seen the frustration in that little spell. We've seen that he can get into the right positions, he can do a lot of the right things, but still needs to time his runs a little bit better. What I don't understand with Darwin is he has the pace, so he can give himself that little extra half yard. He can take an extra split second before making the movement, and if he can time that a bit better, who knows? Salah got cooked by Skip. Cooked or outran once. I mean, some of the phraseology is weird. Salah did well today. And yes, maybe he isn't as fast as he once was, but I think other aspects of his game have massively improved in recent years. His assists, his passing, much better than he was years ago. And look, he's a human, and yeah, he'll slow down a bit, but he can gain other positives, or his knowledge and his wisdom and his experience can make up for some of that lost pace, perhaps. I thought he was good today. I thought him and Gakpo were really good. Salah missed an open goal, and Nunes had one chance, but everybody blamed Nunes again. Typical. I honestly, I don't get it. I don't get the pissing and moaning. I don't get it. I don't get it. Who gives a shit, mate? If somebody blames somebody and you think it's somebody else, it's an opinion. Salah missed a chance on his right foot that he should have stabbed home. No doubt about it. But he also scored and assisted, I think. Certainly scored anyway. And can we not just say he played well without having to cry about somebody else perhaps not getting praise? It's weird. Just enjoy it. We won. Why are people on here moaning about our players? I don't know. It's weird. Like, we won 4-2, and look, we let our foot off the gas. So if that, we could have gone on to win by even more. And I thought it was much, much, much better than we've seen in recent games against Everton or Crystal Palace. That was more like Liverpool. You're not a real fan talking about Gerrard. What the fuck are you on about, you weirdo? I haven't mentioned Gerrard's name. You're a weird little clown. I'm not a real fan because Johnny No Mark Marzipan on the comment says I'm not a real fan. Oh, that's okay then. I'll just ignore the 260,000 people who think otherwise, Mr. Marzipan. Stick to being shit in cakes, mate. Because you are shit. Nobody likes marzipan, let's be honest. It's the worst of all the cake fillings. Are Feyenoord good defensively? Yes, they are. Robbo must be our captain next season. I thought Robbo was incredibly good today when he was on the pitch. Much, much, much more like the Andy Robertson of years gone by. I thought his aggressiveness was brilliant, and I thought he was getting up and down that left wing for fun. I think Gomez did well when he came on as well. Some really good clearances. The one with Brennan Johnson on the far post sticks out, and then there was another one flashed across the 6-yard box. But look, there's no doubt we switched off when we went 4-0 up, and the subs sent us backwards a little bit. None of us will deny that. But for 80 minutes of that game, I thought we were brilliant. And I'm so much happier with that performance versus what we've seen recently. And I don't get why some people, and I say some because most people are absolutely sound and reasonable, how can you not be happy about that? We won. Klopp had a smile on his face. The players had smiles on their faces. Salah scores a header. Elliott scores a worldie. Robbo scored. Come on now. I'm going to unhide that message from Ishan because it was a joke. He wasn't being serious. So we have to understand that, you know, people do have senses of humour as well before we just ban them. So I've unbanned Arlie there. I don't know who banned them, but he was just taking the piss. I haven't even mentioned Steven Gerrard's name, which makes it all the weirder. And also, I love Steven Gerrard. If you come into my house, the first thing you're going to see is a framed Steven Gerrard shirt. Nunes plays with a rush. That's his problem. He should slow down a bit. I agree with that. And especially on the offside front. I was saying this earlier on. He's got unbelievable pace, Darwin. So he should give himself an extra half a yard to be on the safe side, because he'll still cook the defender. You know, he's got more than enough pace when he gets a head of steam up. So, yeah, look. He'll come good. I believe in him. I'm backing him. He's going to come good. Darwin's going to score 25 goals next season. You heard it here. He's scoring 25 goals. Clip it, tag it, put it down, send it to me in post. I don't care. He's scoring 25 next season. What's changed in Szoboszlai? First couple of games he was brilliant, then dropped off. Unsure. But again, on Szoboszlai, I've no doubts about him longer term. I think he's going to be very good for us. And remember, he's still a relatively young dude as well. Who is, what's the Spurs player, Van de Ven? I really like him. I really like Van de Ven. I've said it all season. He feels like the one that got away for me. How haven't you talked about Pele in football, fake fan? I know. And I mentioned erections as well, and I didn't even talk about Pele, who was, you know, the first guy to really talk about erectile dysfunction. Hitter for Darwin to score 24 goals. No, it needs to be 25, mate. 24 would be simply unacceptable. It needs to be 25. What have we got? I hope you and the family are well. Very good, thank you. Yes, it's my daughter's 20th birthday today, and they're down setting up her party for her and her friends right now. So yeah, all good here, thank you. Can you tell me what Slot will bring to Liverpool tactically? Yes. Watch the video I put up on the channel, mate. And I'm not trying to be smart, Leighton. I put up a video yesterday with everything you need to know about Arne Slot, and I talk about his playing days, his managerial days, a little bit stylistically. So I hope that covers most of what you need to know. Certainly would welcome any feedback on it as well. Right, so Anfield sector have posted to say only Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri have registered more assists than Harvey Elliott in 2024 out of Premier League players. So De Bruyne has 14, Rodri has 9, and Elliott is in third place in 2024 with 8 assists. Love it. Keep the Harvey Elliott praise coming. Sell Nunez, buy Isak. How about we don't do the first part, Kat, but we do the second part? Imagine that. Imagine we were able to bring in Isak as an example and keep Darwin. Oh, the pressure for places would be amazing. Am I happy? Yes, of course. Happy overall. Wish we didn't concede the sloppy late goals, but yeah, definitely happy. Do you think we could potentially play 3 at the back next season? No. That was one of the reasons Amarim wasn't chosen. We're going to play with 4 at the back. We'll actually play with 5 at the back when we're defending, because one of the double pivots will drop back in. But even if he doesn't go with a 4-2-3-1, it's 4-3-3 is his other system. So no, we will end up playing with a 4 at the back again next season. What do you think about Lucho and Darwin's performance? Lucho was okay. It wouldn't call it poor, certainly wouldn't call it great. Darwin, it's very difficult to really critique somebody for 10 minutes, but, you know, just a shame he couldn't add a goal to that little 10-minute cameo, but I'm not going to criticise him for it. He just looks like a man who's feeling a lack of confidence at the minute, and I hope that the new coach can change that. Adam Kanu, thank you, mate, or Kanu, for gifting 5 Anfield Agenda memberships. Very kind of you, Adam, mate. Thank you. Lucho, okay, he didn't score. And your point being what? So if somebody doesn't score, they've had a bad game. Is that the 5-year-old level of thinking that we're going through here? How realistic is Isak in the summer? Honestly, dude, I've no idea. No, I would say it'll be difficult because Newcastle are making a late charge for Europe themselves. Bruno Guimaraes looks like the one that has been spoken about as most likely to move on from Newcastle, and I would imagine Newcastle will want to keep Isak. But look, if it was an option, I'd love it. Imagine we had Liverpool fans like De Bruyne and Gvardiol in our team. I don't know what to say. You know, both good players, of course. Trent and Elliott are just not good enough. Nah, you're gone. Idiot comment. Just not even... You don't deserve to even... I'm not even reading out the rest of your garbage. Elliott not good enough. Literally just got a 9.5 himself to score. Man of the match all over the shop. Curled one in, top bins. But... Johnny Dopey here says he's not good enough. Okay then. Really, 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 really embarrassing shit, mate. Honestly, Get over yourself. That's just stupid. Do you think it might help us if Liverpool hire a striking coach to mould Darwin? I think a psychologist would be a better fit, a sports psychologist. Look, I've said this all the way through the end of the season. I'm not going to tell anybody else who's given up on Darwin that you're right or you're wrong. It's up to you. All I'm saying is I'm willing to give him another season, or at least the first half of a season. Look, if Jurgen was staying, I don't know if I'd feel the same way. If I'd change and say, I think Jurgen just can't get it out of Darwin. But the fact that we're changing coach, I'm willing to see if Arne Slot can find something in him and, join those dots up. So I'm willing to hang off a bit longer. But you're all entitled to your own opinions. Where do I think United will finish? Hopefully 7th. So they can go into the Europa Conference League. Why do people hate Elliot? Because they're idiots. There's just agendas. I've been around supporting Liverpool long enough now to remember these agendas. You had the Hendo one, the Lallana one. There was even a Bobby Firmino one at one point, a little one. Actually, no, to be fair to that, it was mainly more opposition fans and never really got the Firmino stuff. But there's always scapegoats, mate. And what is really worrying is that these particular brand of idiots, they won't change their views. And that's really concerning. Like, I was somebody who criticised Curtis Jones night and day. But when he started playing better, I held my hands up and said, Curtis Jones is playing better. Brilliant, because that's what I want to see. And some people just won't admit that maybe they were wrong or they misjudged somebody. And if you're somebody in that mindset, that's a really weird way to go through life. Everything should be fluid. Your opinion on a footballer should change depending on how they're playing. And Elliot was sensational today. Adam said, I read somewhere that Chiesa was going to get done, but we've all heard that one before. Have I heard anything on it? No. Not seen anything on Chiesa. Wouldn't say no. But look, if I could bring in a forward this summer, Isak or Kudus, either of those two, I'd be really happy with. I think we need a centre-back. I'd like Diamonde, because I'd like him for the right-hand side. I think we need a defensive midfielder. I would bring in somebody there. But other than that, I don't really know what we need to bring in the summer. Harvey Elliott was class today, said Justin Brown. How much would you sell Nunez for? I wouldn't. Not yet. Yeah, okay, look, if somebody said here's 200 million quid, fair enough. But no, I think if you were to sell him now, you take a loss. And imagine how frustrating it would be if we sold Darwin, let's say, to Atletico Madrid, and then Darwin scores 25 goals in La Liga next year and looks like a sensation again. I'd rather we take that extra bit of time and see how he gets on, and see if we can get what we need to get out of him. What is Isak's buyout? I'm not sure if he has one or not, mate. I really don't know if there is one in Isak's contract or not. Right, my friends, I'm going to go and record the player ratings video, but I will see you back here at 8:30 for the late night agenda, where we'll go through all the transfer stories and we'll look ahead to the remainder of the campaign. Couple of things before we head off. One, thank you to our sponsor, Surfshark. Don't forget you can get yourself 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with our discount code Anfield20. The Cardiff show is now on sale. It's an all ages event. Tickets are just £15. Link is at the top of the chat and in the description of the video. And yeah, much love. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to everyone that subscribed. Put in a comment. Hit the like button. I'll see you at 8:30. Check out our Clips channel. I'll catch you soon. Much love.